Barb's a great person too, real nice. I'm excited to have both female fights. I think they'll both be barn burners, so to speak. Good.
Now, Steve, I know you have a lot of the top contenders in the area in their weight classes fighting in this fight also. You have some in the 155-pound range. Who do you got fighting at that level?
Yeah, 155, we're going to go ahead and have Chris Hogan fight Matt Ricehouse, which is going to be, it's a big stuff. You know, Chris has had some good competition, but I think he's greener than Matt is. We were really wanting Josh Weston, and you know, nothing against Josh. We just thought he was a good opponent for us, and Ricehouse got to him first and beat him a few weeks ago. And I believe Weston also is obligated to fight on the same night as our show somewhere else. So we were lucky enough to get Matt in there, and it's exciting. I don't know how we'll do, but I think it's going to be a great fight. I think both of these guys are going to come in good shape and they're both real tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Ricehouse is now #1 ranked amateur fighter in the area at 155. But Chris Hogan's ranked #5 legitimately as well.
Yeah, but like I say, Chris is excited. He's a competitor, you know, but this is definitely going to be his toughest competition.
Yeah, Chris fought on one of my cards a couple shows ago, and he's tough. I mean, he blew right through his opponent that night, and he's definitely an intense fighter.
Yeah, and a good job.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that manages to do all this while being a father of 3, you know, so I don't know how he has the energy.
He's building tapes so when they get to be teenagers, he can break them out. So,
yeah, probably.
No, but Chris is one of those guys that if he was a full-time trainer, it'd be scary to think what he could do. Because he's very devoted to his family, and that's what comes first for him.
Yeah, he's coming together real nice as a fighter, though. He's one of those guys that really catches things quick, so.
Okay.
We'll see. Like I say, it'll be something that win, lose, or draw, I think everybody will have a good time watching that fight.
Excellent. I know at the 170-pound weight class, you have Tim Smock's fighting. He's ranked #1 right now. Who's he taking on?
Fighting #2.
So #2 versus #1 in the 170-pound.
Lance, right?
Lance Benoist?
Lance Benoist at #2.
Yeah, fighting out of Mike Rogers' school.
both those guys are out of Mike Rogers' school. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, pretty good. It's a strange, for me, kind of a matchup. I'm not sure how this fight goes exactly. Just looking at both guys' styles. I think this one's going to have a lot of twists and turns. And I see this thing wind up on the ground. But, you know, Lance is very tough on the ground. So, I mean, these guys are going to be, I don't know if anybody's going to have an easy time with it, in all fairness.
Now, you got a lot of tough matchups. Nobody's got a free ride on your card that night, do they?
Yeah, well, like I say, some of these guys of mine, they like to keep trying to go a little harder, find tougher opponents, and in this format, I've got a chance to really do that. You know, the big show, I can drag in some of the amateurs that are quite sought after, you know, tough guys.
Well, yeah, and I know, I mean, as another promoter, I'm looking forward to this fight. I mean, I'm really excited that you guys are stepping up and putting on a real big show. I'm happy to do kind of the regular shows to keep people working on the smaller end, but it's exciting to get a chance to go to a bigger show. I'm looking forward to just being able to sit and watch for a change.
Well, you know what, though? I think it's win-win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're running a show of any size in St. Louis, this is still a market where people are just discovering how exciting MMA is. And if we're giving people a good product, we're giving people good matchups, everybody gets more attendance at their shows.
Right.
If people have a great time, you know, for instance, at your show, they're looking for another set of tickets to buy.
Sure.
You know, they want to come see it. And, you know, then they have another good time at ours and they see some more fights. I guarantee the next time your tickets are up, they're coming back. That's just the way this works.
Right, and I've been able to tell a lot of people about your show coming up, and they're excited too, because the fact that, you know, a lot of these fighters are happy to be able to go to this, you know, to be asked to be on this big show is a real privilege for some of these guys. They see it that way.
These guys all want recognition. They want people to
right.
see them, and here's a chance to have a lot of people see them at once. And, yeah, I mean, it has been a lot of fun putting this card together because there's a lot of people that want to be on it.
I know Adam's fighting coming up on my card, and he's not even talking about it. He's talking about your card coming up and the chance that he's getting to be seen on your show. He's real excited, and that's a good thing. I told him.
Fighting in the stadium venue is something that's unusual.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous.
But there's still only one opponent in the cage with you, though. It doesn't matter how many people. Doesn't matter how many butts are in the seats. It does the the overall crowd, but not you. That's right.
You know, when you fought at Harrah's and Metropolis, that had a stadium-type feeling to it. Did you feel like you were part of a big show there?
did, but I mean, probably not as much as I will when I'm in the shades.
No, it's not nearly.
Yeah.
What do you think that Metropolis holds? Maybe 2,000 people tops?
Yeah, I think there's probably the last show we were at, 1,500.
I would think so.
I mean, it was a good showing. The first show they had at Metropolis was a little weak, and they struggled a bit.
The casino, I think, threw their weight behind this one and started letting people know about it. And I thought Tim did real well. Had a good fight night.
Yeah, it's cool.
He actually had some great fights at the previous show, where his attendance wasn't probably what he wanted it to be. He had a great fight right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it really was. I was at that one.
Yeah, April and May are really busy months, it seems like. There's a lot of shows going on. I know they just had one last weekend at Fort Leonard Wood, where the Army actually puts it on, and they had 2,500 people out there for that show.
That's huge
So-
for the middle of the state there.
Absolutely. And it's, like Steve said, if you're putting out a good product and you're matching them fairly, people want to come back. It's only the blowouts and the shows that aren't any good that hurt us. As long as we match them good, give these guys and girls a good fair chance to win, with their opponent, then it's better for everybody.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It does come down to the matchups. Guys, you put on several fights in different venues, nothing this large. What are some of the challenges that you've been faced with, Scott, going into a larger venue?
The new venue brings a lot of different challenges as far as marketing is concerned. In our smaller venues, we never, ever had to worry about how much marketing we put out. Word of mouth covered it. Now we need to let people know where our show's at, and how much the tickets are, and what day it is, and making sure that happens to thousands of people is really tough. You got to put out billboards, you got to put out radio ads, you got to make sure you do print stuff, and organizing that is a different challenge. It's been a pleasure working with Shapers. Those guys really know what they're doing, and they make it easy for us.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They're a tremendous group over there. They helped us, they educated us in some of the marketing stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
Have you guys done some radio marketing for this, or do you plan on doing some radio marketing?
Radio spots will start this Saturday. And they'll have sort of spotty exposure for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So they'll blast, and then we'll really sort of blast the last 2 weeks before the show. So anybody that listens to the point should hear the details about the Steel City Rumble, pretty well. And there's a few other radio stations that are going to pick it up and do some taglines and things, but we haven't got schedules on those.
Okay. Now you have 3 different levels of seating available to the public.
Yeah,
Tell us about that a little bit, and are all 3 still available?
All 3 are still available, to my knowledge. The table seating is the most, restricted, I guess, because we kept it to about 40 tables on the floor by the cage. So that one's, iffy, but people can definitely get on there. Metro Chicks, the Shapers box office can take care of them, or they can even visit my gym in Granite City, CMMA Fighting Systems, and they can get tickets at those locations right now. But the levels, basically what we did is we wanted to be reasonable. We built this thing for about 5 years. We've been growing this show, and one of the things we really liked was we kept our prices down for people quite a bit. So our upper level seating is $30 seats. The lower level stadium seating is 40, and if you want to be on the floor by the cage at a table, it's $50. So
I think that compares very favorably.
For such a big venue, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, we really want to do it that way, and give everybody a chance to come out and see what kind of product we are putting out, and then I think they'll want to come back.
Excellent. Now let's talk about last weekend for a second. Last weekend, you guys had.
Where were you, Pamela? We didn't see you at the show last weekend.
Yeah.
Pam, you missed your big chance maybe the one and only chance to see me go live.
Sorry, next time.
Was that your swan dive, Andy?
Yeah, pretty much right there. How did you like that, Scott?
I thought it was great.
I missed the unicorns?
Yeah, you did. Last weekend we did a stick fight at the Grand City.
I missed the stick fighting?
Yes.
Yes, you missed the stick fight.
It was exciting, I
No,
gotta
you
say.
have no idea. We've been talking about
We talked
the stick
about it
fighting thing,
Wednesday.
and I am excited about the stick fighting. I missed it.
You missed it.
But there
I'll
will be
definitely
another.
make it up to you.
There will be
Most
another stick
definitely.
fighting tournament, right?
I'm sure we're going to do another.
They're looking for a 125-pound girl. You
I'm
can make it
looking
up
to. I'm looking to take
I
on.
weigh 175. Get out of
25.
town.
At the next stick fight, I'm looking for the super fight of the night. Me and Jay.
You and Jay is a super fight?
Yeah, I think me and Jay should only have to fight one time in the super fight.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
No way. I want to
Yeah,